Hi everyone, my name is Miss Lily and I'm a librarian here at the Rust Public Library. And today I'm going to show you an art technique called foil painting. And when I say foil, I am referring to tin foil or aluminum foil like you probably have in your kitchen. And we are going to be painting directly onto that tin foil. So it's a little bit different than painting on paper, and it can be really fun. So instead of trying to do something recognizable, like we're not going to try to do pictures of ourselves or of animals or plants, we're going to do something a little more abstract. We're going to be doing a doodle painting, and so for this you are going to need, like I said, some kind of aluminum or tin foil. You are also going to need, I have just some washable acrylic paint here on a plate, so whatever you have around is fine to use. If you don't have acrylic paint but you have colored markers, you could also use colored markers, or you can even use glitter glue or puffy paint, whatever you have around. You are also going to need a black permanent marker because that's going to be the doodling part. And then for your paint, you're also going to want a paintbrush and some water to rinse your brush in between colors. So I'm going to change the angle of my camera so you can see what I'm doing with my hands, and we'll get started on our tin foil painting. Alright, so what I did is, since this was a pretty long roll of aluminum foil, I actually pulled off a piece that was about this long, which is about probably the size of a sheet of paper, so probably about 11 or 12 inches long, and then I cut that in half because the actual sheet of aluminum foil was twice as long. You can do whatever size you want. If you want to do a really big, huge one, you can. I would also recommend I put some paper down as well, just so to keep your tables and everything clean. You might also, when you're using paint, you might want to also make sure you wear clothes that you're okay with getting paint on. Most acrylic paint is washable, but you know, maybe don't wear your favorite shirt that you'd be sad about if you got some paint on it. So to start out, I have my permanent marker, and you can draw whatever you would like. What I'm going to do though is a doodle. And a doodle is just any kind of random shape that you want. Now when I say doodle, I don't mean scribble. We don't want to do back and forth little lines, because what we want is we want space. So I'm going to start, so loops, swirls, circles. You can even start multiple ones and have them go up, but just kind of do whatever feels right. The aluminum foil is nice and smooth, so it's kind of fun to draw on with the markers anyway. So however you want to do that, but our thing is that the reason you want to doodle, like I said, with kind of loopy shapes, not scribble back and forth, is because what we're then going to do is paint in the spaces in between the doodles. So to keep our colors from getting all smudged up, you want to set this aside for a few minutes to dry. So just to save time, I have another one that's been sitting there, because with the aluminum foil, since it's shiny, it takes a minute for the marker to dry. So then at this point you can see we've got our doodle down, and then you can do whatever you would feel like to fill it in with colors. So you can make that decision. If you think it looks like something, you can try to make it look like something. You know, it almost looks like a creature with its tail coming up, but there are no right or wrong answers, and honestly, part of the fun is just the experience of painting on the foil, because like I said, it's very smooth, so it feels completely different from if you were painting on a piece of regular paper, because just because of the texture. And it also, the colors, I think, look more interesting because you've got that shiny metal background. This is also a really good way to practice our fine motor skills, because we are trying to paint inside those lines. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more purple. I'm not really trying to make this look like anything in particular. Like I said, you can decide if you think, oh, well, maybe it looks like a unicorn, or maybe part of this looks like a flower. You can decide to paint it to look like something, but I'm just having fun filling in the different shapes with different colors. And like I said, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. You also don't have to use paint. Like I said, if you have markers that are in different colors, you can color with markers. As I said though, with the foil, it is shiny, so it's not going to absorb the marker, so just be careful because it could get all over your hands, so just be kind of careful of where you're putting your hands when you do the marker. But you could do that. You could also use, if you have puff paint, you could use puff paint. That would be cool. Have it make it kind of three-dimensional. Or you could even, like I said, use glitter glue on this. The other thing, it's up to you. If you want to mix your colors, that's okay too. But what I'm doing is, when I was done using my purple, I dipped my paintbrush in water to rinse it off so that my purple and my blue didn't mix. But again, totally up to you, however you guys want to do that at home. So I'm just gonna keep painting. I'm gonna pause the video for a little bit just because this is gonna take me a little while, and then once I get it all done, we'll check back and see the finished product. All right, so I have finished my painting. I decided that I added some dots into some of the rounder shapes, and I decided I liked that, so I added some more dots along the lines. And even though I was kind of painting it, how did I have it? I had it like this when I was painting it, but when I finished it, I was looking at it, and I kind of like how if you hold it this way, it reminds me, at least, of a bunch of balloons that have been let go. It kind of looks like there's balloons floating up and getting smaller and smaller, which wasn't my intention. I just did a doodle and then filled it in with different colors. But that's one of the fun things about doing these doodle paintings, is that even if you don't have an idea of what you're doing in the beginning, at the end, it may turn out to look like something that you didn't expect. So I hope this gives you guys a chance to explore some different ways of painting on different materials. And I would love to see what you guys create. So if you would like to share your tinfoil paintings, you are always welcome to upload stuff to our social media. You can share it with us on our Facebook page. Loudoun County Libraries are also on Twitter, or you can always come and see us here at the Rust Library and show me what you've done. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy painting on foil.